Hey there, Audacious Tickle Pink, and all the female entrepreneurs out there. Hey, I'm Michelle, and I wanted to share with you some thoughts today about being the leader that you are, being the entrepreneur, being the visionary, and building a successful business. There are a lot of times where we just want to give up because it's way too hard. Did someone say it was going to be easy? Any successful business owner that you will interview or you will find or you will follow under or let them mentor you will tell you it was never easy at some times. In fact, everyone wants to quit at some point because it gets a little hard. I want to share with you just for a few minutes some tips to success that I want you to just let it sink in and stir up your spirit and that like warrior, that entrepreneur warrior inside of you so that you feel normal. But more importantly, by the end of this, I want you to feel empowered to move, to build a momentum, to get those mountains out of your way and to tap into some successful mentors that only want you to feel the success that they have felt. I read a lot of books and I study a lot of successful people, especially women, because women sometimes have bigger and different challenges than men. We're more of emotional creatures, so we make a lot of decisions based off of emotion, which is very dangerous. But I like to study the women so that I can find out how women overcame emotional times or seasons in their lives that they juggled a whole lot. And then I like to study successful men because they go about building businesses a completely different way. But let me share with you something I read from a book of a woman that is in a more of a network marketing type of business, and she became a millionaire. And it didn't come easy at first, but she studied people, and there's always a common trend in studying people. So take some notes while I share with you something that is just absolutely brilliant and changed my way of thinking about building a business. Um, so after speaking with thousands of entrepreneurs, this particular woman revealed one common thread that she found amongst a lot of business owners. Most women don't know the difference between a vision and a goal. According to an article entitled Women and the Vision Thing that was published in Harvard Business Review, women scored lower on the envisioning process, which is basically the ability to recognize new opportunities and trends in the environment and develop a new strategic direction for their enterprise. I want to talk to you about a business that we all know of, and we're going to take this foundation of this particular man's business and we're going to just relay it into your own business, whatever it is that you are trying to build and develop right now. So we all know this. It's the Golden Arches. It's McDonald's. And so have you noticed recently on most of their signs what they are sharing with the world, their like vision of what they want to accomplish? It's simple. Billions and billions served. So if you are selling a product right now or a service, excuse me, wouldn't you like to say one day at the end of your, tenure with this that you have served billions and billions? Like, isn't that amazing? And they are global, not just in this country, they're global. When you are open to receiving inspired thoughts, they can come from very unlikely sources. All you have to do is open your eyes and ears. They're all around you every day. Even fast food restaurants have a vision that could pump up your vision and make you think bigger. I would suggest that you put a vision signboard together and you share it with you, your family, people that you love, that love you, and then your customers, and just put it out there to the universe. No matter how silly it is to someone else, that's what you claim as your vision. No matter what you think about McDonald's food right now, I know that you can probably sit there and think, oh my gosh, the man that invented McDonald's, which is Ray Kroc, was a genius. There have to be something that we can learn from him example, right? So we're going to learn and get inspired today from Ray Kroc, Kroc. In fact, you should Google his story. See if there's a book, a video, anything you can learn about what he did to build an empire called McDonald's. And I can guarantee you it's going to turn out that hamburgers and whatever product or service you're selling is in the same category. Here's 5 lessons that we have learned from Ray Kroc that can inspire you to be bigger and better and more successful than you ever imagined. Number 1, you really don't need to invent a new or innovative product. All you need is passion. Whether it's your product or hamburgers, they're not new products, are they? Someone else developed these things along somewhere before you and I were even born. Burgers have been around since the late 1800s, and whatever product you're in, go back. I bet you it's been around longer than you ever imagined. But Ray Kroc didn't even invent McDonald's. He was selling milkshakes machines when he walked into McDonald's Brothers restaurant, and he had his aha moment. Inspired by Henry Ford's assembly line process, and you need to study Henry Ford, Ray Kroc was passionate about the systems that the McDonald brothers had created and the potential for sharing that same business concept with others. When he saw that working back in 1954, he just kind of had like oh my gosh, I could do this. And he went to his motel room that night and he did a lot of thinking, and he had put together a vision of what he saw happen during that day. The vision of McDonald's restaurants started in a motel room, and there were restaurants dotting all around the country, and that was his vision. It's number two, it's never too late to get started. Ray Kroc was 52 years old when he opened up his first McDonald's franchise. He bought the rights to that franchise a few years later. So thanks to Ray Kroc, there's many of us that say, oh my gosh, okay, we can do this. I'm not 52 yet, so oh my gosh, okay, I can do this. So if he can do this, why can't you do this, right? Number three, we succeed by empowering others to succeed. Ray Kroc believed that it was up to him to support every business owner, especially his franchise owners. That would be your personal team members. And he poured his energy in developing people. Do you pour your energy in developing people? He succeeded by giving his franchise the tools and training they needed to succeed. And if it worked for him, it could work for them. Imagine if all corporate managers out there in the corporate world embrace this concept with employees. Gosh, it would revolutionize most businesses. Number four, create your vision and put it on a sign for the world to see. McDonald's sign was at Ray Kroc's best. It takes a lot of chutzpah to put your vision out there in such a big, big way. So everyone that knows you and doesn't know you knows exactly what you're doing and where you're going. They may not know who you are. They may not understand your product and service, and they may not need your product and service. Remember that. But they know exactly where you're going because you're very crystal clear about that and unwavering at all, in any moment. There was always an expectation that another McDonald's store or sign would go up in a neighborhood. Let me ask you, what is your expectation for your business on a monthly basis? Are you building personal team members or franchise owners every single month? How many are you setting your vision on opening up all around this country? Do you know the whole nation has always rooted for McDonald's to be a success? Because when they're successful, the communities are successful as well. Today, their sign says billions and billions served. Again, could you imagine if your company could say that one day billions and billions were served? Number five, visionaries change the world. And to be honest with you, that really should be the foundation of your business mission statement. Whatever you are involved in, whether it's product or if it's a service-based business, you want to make sure that that changes your community, which indeed and ripples into change in the world. Inspired by Ray Kroc's philanthropy, the local Philadelphia franchises donated the proceeds of Shamrock Shakes along about 20 or 30 years ago to build the very first Ronald McDonald House in 1974. Today, there are over $300 Ronald McDonald Houses all over the world. They provide comfort, care, and support to families. The abundance we create is like throwing a rock in a pond. The ripple starts with a small idea, a small business, but gains size and momentum as it grows past the center. Remember, as an entrepreneur, the lives you touch can impact thousands, if not millions. So remember, ladies, that you started with a business starter kit. I started with the same kit 9 years ago. And whether you've been building your business for 3 months, 2 years, 9 years, 45 years, it's not what you have, It's what you're going to do with that starter kit. That starter kit starts your vision, starts your dreams, starts changing the world. Ready today to give your vision a new birth, a new wow. What could you do if fear and lack of self-confidence, if you can throw all that out of the window, all the people who don't believe in you, just toss them all out for just a few minutes. Let me talk to you. What could you do if everything was perfect and you could have everything that you want? How would you build your business? And how would you build it so that it impacted your community in a positive way and the world in a positive way? How would you do that? I'm going to tell you something also, and this is from a business sense, because I study a lot of businesses. It doesn't matter what company you represent or the name or the product or service. To build a business, you have to already know going into that you will have to work night and day, hour by hour, as much as you can, in the season that you're in, for about 3 to 5 years before you actually see it all come together and the abundance and harvest kind of happens. If someone told you in 3 months you were going to have a six figure, in 6 months, in 1 year, then someone's not really telling you the truth. Because any business knows it takes time to cultivate it. It takes time to market. It takes time to find the right target audience. It takes time to network market it. It takes time. All of that time is so worth it. And all of us successful business owners would never, ever tell you that we regret everything we went through, all the disappointments, all the no's, all of the people who said they would show up at appointments and they didn't show up, everyone that committed to the dream. Sometimes they uncommit themselves without telling you. Oh! But anyway, if you will work the hardest that you can and give everything you've got, heart and soul, into your business for about 5 years, you will be amazed at how it sets you up for the rest of your life. So I want you to think about, in 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? How would you like to see your vision and how it's impacted you and your family and what you're able to do? I'm looking at my vision in the next 5 to 10 years, and it was kind of interesting that, wow, I'm getting to that golden age of 50, and what my vision and what my life will be back in 5, 7, or 10 years. And here's what I'm going to share with you. I run 2 businesses right now, and one is in a startup phase, so it takes a little time to get going, and I knew that going into it. I'm all good with that. But in the next 5, 7, or 10 years, here's where my life will be going. My husband will be retiring in about 7 years. So yay, that's something completely different that he's never experienced. So I want him to be able to retire. He's put in a lot of hard work over these years, and he's been the breadwinner, and he supported my girls and I when he came into our lives, and I want him to be able to retire and have fun. Okay? But over the course of 5 to 10 years, I have 2 daughters that maybe they'll be getting married. And they don't live close to me. They're 10 and 20 hours away. So that means we're going to have to travel a lot to help them with that new beginning in their life. And then one day there'll be children coming, which will be my grandchildren. And I may not live near them, but oh my gosh, I'll need to travel with them. So in 5, 7 to 10 years, my life, my new season will change. So I'm going to build my businesses right now with all of everything I've got without quitting, without even thinking about quitting, so that I can live that lifestyle that I see coming down the road. If I waste time right now, if I let fear, if I let lack of confidence stop me, I will regret those moments when my new season begins because I've waited too late. So let me ask you, right now, when you're building your business, are you giving it all you got? Do you know where you can be in 5 years from now if you give it your all? And you listen to your mentors and you listen to your coaches and you pick up books and you read them and study successful businesses, would you be willing to do that to make it work for you? Only you can decide that. Your coach can't. So I hope this is helpful for you. I want you to feel empowered that whatever you chose to build a business in, that's the right choice. And this is how I think one of the most honorable accomplishments and achievements is to be a woman owning her own business that can develop income that supports all of her needs, all of the family needs, in case the husband isn't around and you're the sole income provider, and that you can be a mom, you can be a mentor to others, and you can get paid good for that. That's the American dream. Are you truly living the American dream?